a floating livery hall for the Honourable Company of Master Mariners. To be a member of that club, you must have been the captain of a ship for more than 20 years at sea. Us captains on the River Thames, we are not members of that livery club. We do in fact have your dad or your granddad. So my dad apprenticed me when I was 16. When I was 21, 10 years ago, I became a freeman and carried passengers like yourself on this boat for 10 years or more. So you're in good hands, as we said, a long apprenticeship is served. The tower block, all the morning TV, the evening news, broadcast from the buildings on your right, ladies and gentlemen. There's a red building on the right. It has a glass roof with a tower. That is called Apparently it's very loud downstairs, so we'll just turn it down. One moment. Just a moment, everyone. Oxo Tower, thank you very much. The windows in the tower spell Oxo, where they made the gravy. I'm sure some of you have heard of an Oxo stock cube. Bit of hot water, give it a little stir and goes on a bit of roast beef very nicely. On the left we have a building with a green sloping roof, the Old City of London School. The semicircular building is Unilever House, soap and detergent manufacturer Unilever. Over the bridge there's St Paul's. What a lovely picture over the bridge on the left. Looking land on the left, the dome and the golden figure is the Old Bailey, the Central Criminal Court. Give them a wave again. Who have we got up here today? Hello. Did you hear what she said? Tourists. That really does surprise me that she's from London and she actually waved. Because a lot of Londoners don't like waving to us on the boats. Quite a few of them are a little bit miserable at times, but anyway. Hello. Give that lovely lady a wave. I've got a smile out of her, that's about it. Give us a wave, love, don't be miserable. We have the dome, the golden cross of St Paul's, the masterpiece of Sir Christopher Wren. It took 35 years to build, completed in 1710, standing at 365 feet tall. That is a foot for every day of the year. Buried inside you have the tombs of Admiral Lord Nelson, the Duke of Wellington, the architect Sir Christopher Wren. And I would highly recommend a visit to St Paul's, a beautiful building. They really don't build buildings like that anymore. It's a great piece of work, it really is. On our visit, there are two Tate galleries in London, Tate's Modern and Tate Britain at Millbank, by Lambeth and the Parliament Building. The Millennium Bridge, or better known as the Wibbly Wobbly Bridge, opened on a Saturday morning by the Queen. Closed the same afternoon by the police. It was unsafe. Too many people on the bridge, it was moving. Wave to the people again. There we are. Now, as people walked on the bridge, it was quite windy like this today, and it started to bounce. There were people falling over. Hello, mate. There we go. He's had a couple. It's going to be still light. And you can visit this building from next week, watching a Shakespearean play at this lovely theatre. Now, plays are performed in a traditional way, no microphones or stage lighting. It's all done as it would have been done in the time of William Shakespeare. Come back to London, you can get a ticket to watch a play for only £5. So that is real great value for money. I think for a live entertainment for a couple of hours at the Globe, £5 a great value. Now, as I say, we're very skilled. We know exactly what's going on with the bridge. Is London's least used bridge, a very difficult bridge to find. The main approach roads are hidden so well in the back streets of London that nobody can find it to use it. Have a look. There is hardly anyone on the bridge at all. Give the people on the bridge a wave because they are lost and it might cheer them up. Bless them, they got lost. A lovely pub on the right. Now, I'm sure as it's Mother's Day, you may be having a lovely lunch or a couple of drinks and a glass of wine for Mum. I'm going to ask the old Skip, so are we all right going? What we're going to do, for the kids especially, we've got loads of young ship children. Sir Francis Drake's ship, the Golden Hind. Drake was the first Englishman to sail the world. It took him 3 years with a crew of 80 men. That ship's not a model, that is a real working ship. It's been around the world twice. A museum for the kids. Really, really nice for the kids to see. And at Southwark Cathedral on the right, 14th century. What a lovely building on the right, Southwark Cathedral. The most famous river crossing in the world. The name of this bridge is carved on our left-hand side. London Bridge. It is the 5th London Bridge in 2,000 years. The Romans built the first one. A medieval bridge for over 500 years with a church, shops and houses. The London Bridge before this one, it was sinking. And it was sold to an American, Robert McCulloch. Does anybody know where? Have you seen it by any chance? Has anyone seen the bridge in Arizona? You've seen it? Well done, son. Have you been there before? Ah, the young man, thanks for backing me up, son, because a lot of people, they don't believe me. They think I'm making it up, but it's not a lie. So it seems like a long story taking a bridge to America, but it is true. The funny bit of the story is, the man who bought it never came to London to see it. And he thought he was buying that bridge in front of us. And he bought the wrong bridge. Has anyone ever heard that before? So it is true. So you can only imagine his face when he opened the box. Now, ladies and gentlemen, listen carefully. If you stand up, you are blocking the view of the person behind you. The Shard of Glass is a very tall tower. In fact, the tallest in Western Europe, over 1,000 feet. If you'd like to get a view of London, you can go to the top and view from the viewing area at the top of the Shard. Has anyone been to the top of the Shard? Anyone? A few of you, did you think it was good? The only problem is, and I'm sure you will agree, it's £30, isn't it? And did you pay for the children? £25? Not a bad idea. So I went...
شوف السفينة، شوف الباخرة بابا. ماشي بس شوف الباخرة.
Hang on a minute, it's free to go there though. So as ugly as it might be, you can go up the top where the people are standing, and that is free to go there. There is a viewing area at the top which is free. There's a garden and a bar and restaurant, and try and take the kids there, they'll really like that, and it's free, sir, so save you a couple of quid, alright? Another good day for the kids is the warship HMS Belfast, built 1938, Harland and Wolff Shipyard, Belfast, Northern Ireland. Saw action in the Second World War and the Korean War. A museum today, you can visit the warship, the HMS Belfast. You can see on the right the Harbour Master. Can you see him over there? Yes, they're actually pretty good friends today. Give him a wave. He's a nice fella. Dipped. Maybe had a couple of pints and thought it was a good idea. So there's no panic, I promise you that. I've heard that on the radio, just a swimmer in the river. So a lot of people do go swimming in the river every now and again. I wouldn't recommend it because there are sharks, children, so be careful. Now we're going to stop the boat, and as I've said, we are going to turn very shortly. Before we do that, we are stopping the boat for the tower. So if you're going to stand up, that's fine with me. Just be careful, and then remember there is someone behind you. Give everyone a fair chance. The Tower of London is on the left. And if you look on the river wall, can you see Traitors' Gates? Years ago, if you were found guilty of treason, you were taken through Traitors' Gate to be imprisoned or executed within the Tower of London. Many famous people were executed at the Tower. Many people went through Traitors' Gates. The crown jewels are on display at the Tower today. If you'd like to visit, see the old crown jewels at the Tower of London today, folks, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to turn in a minute. Now, as I said, if you're on this side of the boat and you stand to take a picture, that's fine. But just remember that you have a passenger behind. That's all I ask. I see some people standing with a... Now, you walked up a tower, you walked over the catwalk at the top to carry on with your daily business. The top of the bridge today is an exhibition, the Tower Bridge Experience, and I'd recommend going there. You'd be surprised what sort of view you get from the top of the towers there. Pretty high, in fact, you get a good view.